What's up? It's not my normal enthusiastic greeting, but I am so fucking sick right now. It is terrible. I'm miserable. But I'm still supposed to get some stuff done, so let's try to be productive while I'm home from school. So first of all, it's literally noon. Like, actually it's 12:30. And I have done nothing. I woke up at like 10 something and then laid in bed for 2 hours. Not the most productive I've ever been, but you know, sometimes you just need that shit. I haven't had a day yet where I've just got to do absolutely nothing in like a long ass time. So now we're gonna try to get some shit done. But first things first, I am going to get a water bottle. My biggest advice when you're sick is to just drink a shit ton of water. Like, that is going to be what makes the biggest difference. I'm gonna try to down at like 2 of these today. I also have x-rays today because I messed up my ribs. So I've been going to the chiropractor and he recommended, well, then I went to a nurse at our local health center at our school, and she's like, go get x-rays. Like, it's been bugging you for like 3 weeks. Just to rule out, like at this point we're trying to rule out stuff. So she's like, just make sure it's not a broken rib. So we're gonna go do that. Okay, I'm going downstairs. I have my water. We've been successful. Now it's time to try and deal with my room, which looks like a pit from hell right now. Mostly because I haven't wanted to deal with it. So, literally, it's a shit show. Like, I don't even want to think about it. First thing I'm gonna do is put away this book. My brother has decided to use my room as his own personal library, which, like, great, kind of what it's meant for. Like, my personal library, but also, like, I never put them back on my shelf, which pisses me off every single damn time. So, anyway, I have a bag of books to deal with. 2 bags of books, actually, plus some more. So I guess let's start. Okay. My room is a disaster. Y'all are gonna ignore it because you love me and I said to. So, yeah, we're gonna sort my books. Okay, so I just finished sorting all of my books. Now it's time to put them on the shelves. So I think this means I'm gonna have to do a little bit of rearranging, which I'm not excited about, but I guess I'm going to make it work. I'm running out of space, y'all. Some of these are probably going to have to go under my bed, which I'm not excited about, but like, I guess it's fine. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So the first book I know immediately is going to go here is Elephant Run, because I'm obsessed with this book. It's my childhood book, so it's going on childhood bookshelf. So since my classic shelf is filled to the brim, but I have a lot more, and I own the box set of the Little House on the Prairie books, I'm going to put them in their box and then probably put them underneath my bed. Sorry I couldn't show you me putting in the last one. I had to use the pants to get it to fit. So now I have my box set, which I'll put underneath my bed. I love these books. They're just so cute. Honestly, holding them made me want to read them again. So now I'm going to add all of my classics, which I'm going to start, obviously, with the 3 Shakespeare books I got. I'm just so excited. Then I'm putting this in here. I don't know if it's a classic, but I didn't know where to put it, so it's going in here. And then I'm putting my Walt Moray book, and that shelf is actually looking so much better. And I have more books that I'm going to move to it. Because I know these are old, I'm adding my other 2 Walt Moray books onto the shelf. They were on the other side, which is like my favorite shelf, but I'm just going to add them here. So then I have an Anne Bronte book, or Bront. I don't know how quite you pronounce it. And, well, I have 2 actually, I guess. 2 Anne Bronte books, I can't remember either of which. Don't come for me. And then I have both, I don't know if they're gonna fit, but I have both of the Jungle books, which I will make fit. And that will be all for my classics shelf. There we go. They all fit. So next up, I'm just going to basically chuck all of the books off of this shelf. Ignore what's on the other side. It's my fidgets and like where I keep random shit for my corner. And I'm going to start on this shelf with my nonfictions. So the only one that isn't going to be on here is Devil in the White City, because that book's on my favorite side because I really like it. Maybe I should pull it. I might. We'll see. Anyway. Okay, so then I have a whole bunch of historical fictions here, and there's more on the other side on my TBR shelf where I'm basically trying to force myself to read books I haven't read yet. So I'm going to put these ones beside my nonfictions and just roll with it like that. Okay, so I am scooching those books over, and I'm putting in Farm Girl, which is a memoir, and obviously Memoirs of a Geisha, which is a memoir. And then I'm adding Silver People, which is another historical fiction, to complete that shelf. Okay, so I'm going to pull my realistic fiction books that I feel aren't romances and probably make those this shelf. And they fit pretty perfectly, which is always exciting. Okay, so I took out my historical fictions because I found more and they wouldn't fit. So now I'm going to see if I can get all of my mysteries. Wait, first of all, I'm going to clean off one more shelf and then I'm going to see what will fit there. On this shelf right here, I'm going to put all of my sci-fis. So I put my sci-fis and my magazines right there. And also my mysteries did fit, so it is my nonfictions and my mysteries. I filled this shelf up pretty much the same, just with miscellaneous fantasies. Sorry for the quick angle change, but I could just fit more this way. So all of these are romance. If you can't tell, I really like romance. Farther away, so I had to zoom out. But this is my inner corner, I guess. My inside. So here I have some of my more favorite fantasy books. And I'm probably gonna go pull out some more just to add to this shelf. So this is my fiction, but like YA fiction, I guess, shelf. So I'm gonna add 3 books there that are my favorites, and then I'm adding 2 fantasy books, The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger. Ooh, can't see, that I really liked. So since I can fit more books here, I grabbed more books. Basically, I'm just adding all of my favorite YA, fantasy, cute books to this shelf. Yeah. And then I added my Tamora Pierce books by my completed series of hers. Okay, my loves, it has been a few days, to put it nicely, or longer, you never know, since this video, but I totally forgot to film an ending for it, so we're gonna quick do that so that I can post it. So starting at the top of my bookshelf facing the door, we have romance, also romance, realistic fiction, classics, miscellaneous fantasy, and mysteries got changed. And then I have magazines, sci-fi, historical fictions, memoirs, and nonfictions. On the other side, we have basically just some of my favorite books, a little sign, my Tamora Pierce, 6 of Crows, and Holly Black, more of my like childhood favorites, some miscellaneous notebooks and other childhoods, my TBR shelf, my random shelf of fidgets, and notebooks. I also added a whole shelf underneath my bed of books because I ran out of space. So yeah, that is the completed bookshelf. Hope you guys enjoy.